Welcome. Please remain standing as I invite the LPHS a cappella for the singing of our national anthem and our school song. Welcome. I think it's appropriate, because we're going to end the day by celebrating our graduates, that we start the day by giving our graduates a big round of applause. Today's a great day for the class of 2025, graduation day from Lone Peak High School. For parents, this is a time to rejoice as you've guided your son and daughter to this point in their educational journeys. The students graduating today could not have been the success they are without their families, friends, teachers, and community members. Be proud of the time, energy, and commitment you contributed in making these students successful in school and in life. Personally, I'm proud of what each student here has accomplished. Their support systems have provided each with the courage to function as individuals and the wherewithal to selectively participate in a group that will carry them forward to a bright future. As soon-to-be alumni from Lone Peak High School, I encourage you to seek out challenges that will push you beyond your comfort zones, take you to places you never thought possible, and allow you to live life on your terms. It's with the foundations you cultivated here that you will expand further into your successful futures. I congratulate each one of you for your accomplishments here at LPHS, but I also challenge each graduate not to rest on the past. Use this as a springboard into the world of opportunities that lie before you. I sincerely wish you the best in all that you do. And remember, everybody now, Every day is the first day of the rest of your life, so make it your best. I'll now turn it over to Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Marla Mitchum.
Thank you, Dr. Shipman, and good afternoon. It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you today to celebrate the achievements of this fine group of students. On this day, we celebrate the dedication and perseverance that has brought us all to this moment. Seniors, we gather not merely as individuals, but as a united community, overflowing with pride and support for the individuals you have become. While graduation is the end of your secondary education, the skills, knowledge, grit, and relationships that you've developed will carry you through the next chapter of your life. And we can't wait to see what you guys do. So let's begin. We have an excellent lineup today for our commencement ceremony, and we will start our program with our LPHS Student Council President. It's been a joy to work with this student throughout the school year in her role as Student Body President. Please help me in welcoming Madeline Brown to the stage.
Today marks the end of a significant part of all of our lives and the beginning of something new. For me, it's the end of a journey that started back in 6th grade, right here in this building. I quickly learned that growing up in Big Sky means you don't get to hide. People notice when you mess up, they notice when you try, and they applaud you when you grow. Taking notice of others is something that happens naturally in small environments. While it can seem intrusive at first, I've come to see it as enlightening and even educational. What I've noticed about others has made me realize some of my most valuable teachers have actually been sitting right next to me, my classmates. Grady, you are a storyteller with an old soul, never shy about imparting your lessons on all of us or setting the right example. After our senior prank, everyone left, but you stayed behind to clean up, and that says everything about your character. From you, I've learned integrity. Eva is never negative. She radiates optimism. You constantly remind me that positivity is a choice when I see you choose it every day. Next year, if things get tough, I know I'll think of you and how you would choose to respond, and smile. Tanner, talk about a team player. So often that you actually forget what it means. You taught by example. A team player thinks about the team before himself. In projects, football games, or in school, you not only put others first, but you taught others how to reciprocate. Isaac, you showed me the value of consistency, modeling every day how unrelenting effort and hard work pays off in your sports and naturally inspiring others to match your drive to succeed. Jillian, in the final stretch of our senior expedition, we were all struggling to get up the steep ridge. You suddenly sprinted to the top, giving us the laugh and motivation we needed. It's clear you understand that in comedy and in timing is very important, and yours is perfect. Thank you for showing me that humor isn't just entertaining, it can be uplifting, motivating, and exactly what is needed. McGuire, you are often quiet, but never checked out. Like the film directors I know you want to be, you are a careful observer. And what you learn makes you valuable in class, and most recently on stage. From you, I've learned to stop and consider the scene before acting. Libby does not want to be a doctor. She will be one. Your overall determination and unwavering and admirable. Our class is so lucky to have you setting the example for finding and following your dreams. Walker, when I first met you, it was obvious that you connected with people through humor. Over time, I've learned that your laughs are just a way of opening the door to something deeper, a genuine way of showing you care. From you, I've learned that humor is a force of connection to form a strong basis for friendship. Frida, there isn't anything that can get in the way of you. You've always persevered to your goals, no matter the circumstances. When that means learning dozens of lines, singing in front of huge PBR crowds, or leaving your home for a semester abroad, I will always try to emulate your perseverance and determination. Garen, there is a warmth to you that's hard to miss. Your laugh, your smile are genuine, never forced. You have a way of showing up that is real, and your presence doesn't have to be loud to be noticed. There's a quiet confidence in the way you carry yourself, and that kindness and steadiness leaves a lasting impression. Jose, no one has better intentions than you do to help everyone and do it all at the same time. I can't imagine how you keep up. You're always showing up for your friends, extended family, as well as sports and theater performances without complaint or stress. My intention, be more like Jose. Claire, no one would call you loud, but you make your voice heard when you need to take a stand. You don't brag or lead with your athleticism, but you signed to be a college athlete. Too often, we judge people on the surface. Claire, you're one of the strongest people I know in every aspect of the world, and your strength itself is the lesson. Finn, you step into leadership with a calm and composed attitude, making being a leader look effortless on the field and in the classroom. From you, I've learned an important skill by recognizing how people respond positively when you lead by coming alongside your peers rather than leading from the front and never looking back. Haley, you are a study in what seems like contradictions. Strong enough to work with horses, a brave and aggressive skier, while also empathetic, compassionate, and gentle. You show every day how a person can embody many traits, even opposite ones, and how that combination of characteristics amplifies each other. Jack Sheehan, it's rare in high school to find someone as genuinely welcoming and friendly to everyone as you are. Your openness made our class more inclusive and showed us the real impact of acceptance through your example of always inviting everyone. Hazel, I know you are extremely smart, but you've never told me that. You've showed it through your quiet confidence, sharp sense of humor, and Google-like store of knowledge. You've taught me that true intelligence doesn't need to announce itself. It's obvious. Cyrus, you are always best dressed on spirit days. You are never afraid to express exactly who you are. Whether it's through your style, your interests, or your conversations, you share your passion for nature and animals in a way that's genuine and inspiring. Thank you for demonstrating to me daily the importance of being true to myself. You never see Addie walking. She's almost running everywhere she goes, moving from one task to the next, never getting tired or losing her glow. Addie's speed walking through life attitude shows me how to live with drive. Joe is steady and self-assured. He never needs to say much to make an impact. The way you carry yourself, calm, focused, and completely at ease, is something I've always admired. In a world full of noise, your quiet presence stands out, and it's something I genuinely hope to emulate. Arlo, you left us for a few years to follow your passion for skiing, then came back senior year and fit in like you never left. That kind of adaptability and commitment to doing what you love is something we'll all need in our next chapters. Thank you for setting such a great example. Aubrey, everyone loves you, and it's easy to see why. You treat every person with kindness, respect, and you genuinely put others' feelings before your own, not out of obligation or to gain a favor, but because you truly understand how they might feel. Through her steady presence, Aubrey has shown me what true kindness and real friendship looks like, and I cannot thank you enough. Manny, you were thrown into the mix senior year, but you quickly became kind and easygoing presence, fully committed to being a part of the class in no time. You show truly that the amount of time spent with others is less important than being fully committed. Alex, in high school, it's easy to conform or hide from what you believe in or want to do. Alex has never done this. He has clear opinions, he has chosen his path, and he consistently committing to pursuing leading roles in musicals since he was 5 and choosing to work full-time during his senior year. He is unapologetically and authentically himself and shows the power of unconformity. Anna, we didn't know when you arrived as a sophomore, but the quiet new girl would leave her real mark by senior year. This year, you showed us your gorgeous voice, ran 2 big organizations, and excelled academically as valedictorian. You stayed humble, kind, and honest. From you, I've learned to never make assumptions about anyone. I can't wait to see what surprises you'll pull off next. Shay, it's clear that you learn by hands-on work. You've been fixing the same car for months, but you haven't given up. You're committed to improving. You're persistent and patient. You will be a lifelong learner because you have real interest and real curiosity. Kale, you were the first to offer a high five and a kind smile to celebrate successes and jump in to try and help when things go the other way. You embody rolling with the punches. You are able to bounce back from a bad mood or a mistake with your trademark smile. You are our class's example of resilience. And from Mr. Harder, our honorary senior, I learned what care looks like. Not just polite kindness, but deep, intentional, life-changing care that stems from being a good listener. This is the kind of care I hope to mirror as my future as a teacher and an overall human. In a bigger school, I couldn't have had the time or space to tell you about my classmates and who they are today. Even worse, I may not have even known many of them. The size of our school teaches tolerance. Tolerance teaches us acceptance, and ultimately all kinds of other lessons that we might not have learned otherwise. In Big Sky, we learned how to exist in a true community. This place and these people have shaped us. And now, as we step into what comes next, I hope we carry with us the 28 lessons from 28 incredible people, lessons of adaptability, optimism, kindness, compassion, resilience, authenticity, perseverance, and having the courage to be noticed for who we truly are, the strength to keep growing, and the wisdom to appreciate the constants in our life. Congratulations, class of 2025. I will never stop noticing all of you.
Thank you, Maddie, for that inclusive and thoughtful speech about your classmates. And those are two things that you are, very inclusive and thoughtful, and you showed that as president this year, so thank you again. It is now my pleasure to invite our valedictorian to the stage, Anna Mazonik, to give her speech. Let's give her a warm round of applause.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, administrators and teachers. My name is Anna, and it is an honor to have the opportunity to speak before you today. I would like to offer a warm welcome to all those in attendance and thank you for celebrating Lone Peak High School's graduating class of 2025. Arriving in Big Sky sophomore year, I discovered something unique about Lone Peak High School: expedition. Who wouldn't love camping with a bunch of strangers, I thought to myself. 1 week of sweaty hiking, greasy hair, and nights spent with a loud or potentially violent sleeper. Simple adventure in the making. Yet what my internal sarcasm didn't consider was that sophomore expedition and those in the years to come were more than a couple hikes and a camping trip. It was a way to strengthen the students, whether trekking through mountains, making meals, or sitting by the fire telling stories. Our school year had already begun fostering teamwork and perseverance. While we may not have always dressed the part, strutting the halls in our sweatpants, sweatshirts, and slip-ons, our ability to succeed was largely due to our teachers' determination, dedication, and commitment. They stood before us, day in and day out, and managed to mold our young minds. Generations of knowledge and life lessons lie in the capable hands of our teachers. With each season of new drivers unleashed on our roads, fears were eased with the knowledge that Mr. Packer's early morning driver's ed class was taming the wild young youth of Big Sky. After leaving Mr. Coppola's classroom for the first time, we left with more than just a history lesson. We departed with the knowledge of soccer, Star Wars, and the secrets of cooking. And when it comes to our principal, we could always trust that she was looking out for us. Whether whispered or simply thought privately, the knave Mitchum would often mysteriously summon her presence at the most unexpected of moments. For that, we must thank you, Dr. Mitchum, for the love, care, and devotion you bring to our school as you guide us towards success. As we stand on the precipice of adolescence and prepare for the leap into adulthood, this is our chance to remember the adventures of our high school years, the hours spent shivering as we clutched a hot cheeseburger to cheer on the Bighorns under Friday night lights, the days of fantasy football obsessions, those weeks when dress shopping, sign making, and matchmaking blend into short seasons of drama and excitement, and finally, the months when food and furniture took a fateful turn in our battle for the senior lounge, our precious comforts strangely vanishing. The memories are endless, and each of us remember them differently. But in the words of Benjamin Button, life can only be understood looking backward. It must be lived forward. Looking out across the room, Each of you has a unique set of skills that equip us to achieve our goals in life. In the coming years, it is easy to envision sleek walls framed by elegant trim and beautifully designed architecture, all courtesy of Isaac Bedway's expert building insights. Or hidden amongst the foliage of an aged jungle, Eva Mitchell peering through her large binoculars at nearby jaguar cubs. Or one could even imagine medical experts Libby Coltea and Jose Charez standing before their sleeping patients, ready to begin the hours-long surgery for the day. In wrapping up, I would like to share with you a story that resonates with me. It was the Summer Olympics of 1992. British athlete Derek Redmond stood crouched before the starting line of the 400-meter quarterfinals race. Though he was considered a favorite for the gold medal, a lifetime of training was what had truly brought him to this moment. Years spent fighting for a few seconds. With the sudden boom of the starter's gun, he was off, quickly finding himself in first. Yet just as victory grew close, it was suddenly yanked from his grasp. With a heart-wrenching cry and tears springing to his eyes, he collapsed to the track. Through a slightly blurred vision, he noticed medical attendants running to his aid. No, he thought, I came to race, and I'm going to finish. With tremendous effort, Derek got to his feet, hobbling his way towards the finish line. Mesmerized spectators and baffled officials watched as an older man raced towards Derek, wrapping his arms around the injured athlete and whispered, "You don't have to do this, son." Derek's response was determined. "Yes, I do." Seeing the young man's unwavering resolve, the man remarked, "Then we'll finish this race together." Arm in arm, the two men struggled towards the finish line, Derek rife with agony as he buried his face in the older man's shoulder. Waving away officials who tried to stop them, the older man carried Derek towards the finish line, and when they finally met their journey's end, the crowd's joyous uproar filled the stadium as Derek tightly embraced the man at his side, his father, Jim Redmond. The father and son's courageous act became the defining moment of the Barcelona Olympics. Just as Jim supported Derek in his time of need, our parents, teachers, siblings, family, and friends have similarly supported us. It is with this that I ask all the graduates to please stand. We would like to take a brief moment to say thank you and applaud these individuals who have supported us as we run our race toward graduation. Through their continued encouragement, support, tough love, and the commitment of their precious time, these individuals have enabled us to succeed. They are the reason we stand here today. And that is why we'd like to thank you. You're good to sit down. As we head into this next season of life, remember to run your race well. Persevere. And when the trials come, we are not alone. Lone Peak High School's graduating class of 2025. It has been an honor and a pleasure. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
I'm here to introduce our keynote speaker. I'm really thrilled to be able to introduce our keynote speaker today. We first met in 1984 as freshmen in high school in Helena, and our paths have crossed a few times and became more solid over the last 10 years. So I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Yarrow Craner. Yarrow is the founder of Hatch and co-founder of Montana Festival, a pioneer in social networking and community building. He created the Hero Project, the first social network, which was designed to unleash the superhero in everyone. It grew to 1.5 million people from 1999 to 2003 and was acquired by Fox. Yarrow then founded Hatch, 21 years ago, as a mentorship platform to accelerate solutions to global and local challenges, as well as develop next-gen leaders. Yarrow is an Aspen Institute Fellow, RSA Fellow, was named to Top 100 Creatives in 2015, and he's led think tanks with NASA, Intel, and EY, and has spoken at TEDx, Vivatech, and EarthX. And most importantly, he's a graduate of Montana State University. Ladies and gentlemen, Yarrow Craner.
Thank you, Dustin. Big day. Wow. Graduates, teachers, parents, friends, truly honored to be here with you today, and a little nervous. For 25 years, I've been gathering incredible minds to work on solving the biggest challenges in the world. So when Dustin called me and said, "Hey, would you do this commencement speech?" I said, "Oh, you mean go find someone?" And he said, "Well, you weren't my first choice, but yeah, you." So I did say yes because I love this community. And over the last 20 years or so, I've had the opportunity to see so many young, amazing human beings from Big Sky blossom and grow into creators and catalysts for good in the world. And so I was honored to be here with you. Public speaking is not my superpower, but that feeling of fear, that's a growth edge. And I'm often encouraging others to lean into theirs, and so I thought might as well practice what I preach. So many of you in here inspire me. And today I see this class of 2025 standing at the edge of something luminous, a glowing horizon. And when I sat where you were, I remember thinking, I can't wait to get out of Montana. I can't wait to see what's on the other side of that horizon. And I spent days dreaming about that. And now when I travel, I can't wait to get back. We truly live in one of the most amazing places on the planet. And you might have to leave in order to realize that, but this place has a boomerang effect. After graduating from MSU, I moved to Los Angeles to become a film director. And I was chasing dreams and looking for heroes. And I found some, but not the ones I was expecting to find. I found a composer that was teaching deaf kids how to read and play music. I found a scientist that was on this team to piece the ozone layer back together. I found a teacher that donated their weekends to the local soup kitchen. And I just remember thinking, perspective shift. There are heroes everywhere. They're in our communities, they're in our families, and they're inside of each one of you. We started that platform that Dustin mentioned called the Hero Platform, and we grew it to 1.5 million people. It was a really fulfilling chapter. It got acquired by Fox Studios, as he mentioned. But the most incredible part about that whole chapter was getting these letters from child psychologists and parents and teachers, because the act of asking yourself what makes you unique and special inside, that real life superpower, all the molecules in your body begin to conspire to manifest that best self. And so if you ever find yourself a little rudderless, you start asking yourself the question, like, what's my real life superpower? You can lean into those. Identifying it is the first step. I came back to Montana to figure out what was next once that was acquired, and people thought I should be elated, and instead I was heartbroken. It felt like my purpose had been stripped away. I learned a second lesson, and that's that purpose can't be purchased. It can be repurposed. And so that's when I started Hatch 21 years ago. The next iteration of finding and connecting real-life superheroes. A place where musicians, CEOs, scientists, hackers, humanitarians, and teachers like Jeremy Harder come together to solve big problems and hatch a better world. Hatch has sparked 10,000 collaborations and led to policy change at the UN. And now, Big Sky Class of 2025, it's your turn. You're stepping into a world full of both peril and promise, and you're ready, because you each have a unique advantage. Growing up in Montana makes you adventurous, a risk taker, a trailblazer, a maverick. Montana has trained you to dream big, to think beyond the horizon. The mountains don't hand you anything. They ask for your sweat, your courage, your curiosity. Every summit you've climbed, every storm you've weathered has been a silent lesson. Growing up in Montana means learning early on that there sometimes is no map. Just you, a trail that disappears into the forest, and the guts to take the next step anyway. Out here, resilience is not a buzzword. It's just how you get home. When the wind howls across the ridgeline or snow piles up overnight, you don't cancel the climb, you gear up. That's what makes you different. You don't run from challenges. You adapt, you dig in, you move forward. Here's a few lessons I've learned, mostly the hard way. Be vulnerable. It's not a weakness, it's how real connection is made. You can't do it alone. Life is all about relationships. Cultivate them, nurture them, hold them close. Gratitude is a superpower. Say thank you often. You'll be amazed at what happens next. After the ceremony is over, Start with your parents. They've given you everything they possibly can. Surround yourself with people smarter than you. If you often find that you're the smartest person in the room, consider finding a different room. Befriend artists and musicians. They'll challenge your thinking, and they throw the best parties. Bridge divides. Stay curious. Ask questions. Then ask more questions. Listen deeply. People and organizations are complex. Seek to understand before assume or try to fix. Listening is indeed a superpower. You're never too young to mentor. You have more to offer the world than you might think. And you're never too old to try something new. I learned to ski in my late 40s and it was terrifying, and my stepkids still make fun of me. Track what brings you joy. Take inventory, pull it out when you need it. Stay close to nature. As a Montanan, it's in your DNA. Nature speaks to our souls. Set your intention. When feeling aimless, if you define your intention, it works like a compass. Your intention guides your attention. That same goes with smartphones. Your intention guides your attention. And finally, ask the universe. Seriously, put the big questions out there and then listen. The universe will give you feedback. It might not always be what you want to hear. Roll with the punches. We've all had to. You've already made this community proud. I ask that you begin now to dream about the kind of world you want to live in and how you go about to create that world. Because the world needs your voice, your passion, your weirdness right now. The world needs every one of you. So tap into your inner superpowers and be curious, be kind, and be real. Because the world doesn't need any more perfect people. It needs real ones, brave ones, and bridge crossers. It needs you. May the uniqueness of your courage, the art in your strength, and your love of good people and wild places grow within, and light the path to the bright future ahead. If you think, what can I give first and how can I be of service before asking of help, you're well on your way to hatch a better world. Thank you all. To this next chapter, good luck, and I can't wait to see what becomes of these amazing young people.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Yarrow, and for that insightful speech. Our last speaker of the day, selected by the seniors to give the faculty address. So we have Mr. Jeremy Harder, our middle and high school design tech teacher. After 25 years of service at Big School District, he will retire sadly this June. Sadly for me, and all of us here. What an incredible resource, inspiration, and person he has been for our community. So let's welcome him to the podium and give him a good send-off when he's done.
Well, everyone said what I was going to say, so I think we're good. Diplomas? 25 years of chalk dust and whiteboard markers. Lunch count done, attendance taken. Late night grading papers, early mornings, lesson plans. And here we sit together with caps and tassels gleaming, tears welling, and pride pouring through this building. So why do I stand here with this mic in my metaphorical hand? I'm no wiser, I'm no smarter, no more creative, no more innovative, no less provocative, not even a little bit more collaborative. Maybe a drop more inquisitive. I don't work harder nor smarter. I've just been here a little longer. Time to see things stretched, see things differently, see things lengthened, teased, pulled at, tested, and tried. Here's the real deal. I'm standing here before you because I've been wrong. I've been loud wrong. I've been silent wrong. I've been crying on the bathroom floor wrong. And that's how I got here. Learning. From bruises I gave myself, every mistake a D1 college course, and being real. Every failure, a full-ride scholarship, and being human. I didn't earn my wisdom. I labored for it. I fell into it. I shoveled out of it. I tripped over it. And I crawled out from the depths of depression to fetch it. And that's okay. I'm standing here before you because I am grateful. I'm indebted to you. I'm humbled. I'm honored. To the voices around me, those sitting here, those out there, and there, over there, and those that spoke before I was ready to hear. Look around this gymatorianasium, this echoing shell of hardwood floors, basketball and volleyball dreams. This place is sacred. Here's the thing. We are all exactly where we are supposed to be. Every choice we made, every wrong turn, every right one, I'm not sure, come on, let's go, brought us here. Right here, right now. Of all the possibilities that the universe gave us, all the decisions we've had to make, each and every single one of us, to all end up here at this moment, that serendipitous, coincidence, coinkydinks, God's plan, luck, whatever you want to call it, this is magic. I'm standing here before you because I'm a lifelong learner. Never stop learning. The second you think you know everything is the moment you start forgetting who you are. Inquiry is oxygen. Is muscle. Work it out. Get on that grind. Is a wound that healed. All the great stories involve scars. Often the ones we can't see are the ones with the most significant impact. I miss my grandparents. If you still have yours, when I'm finished with this prose, you go, hug them, call them, sit on the porch with them and drink tea, even if you hate tea. Because when they're gone, there's a silence no text message can fill, and questions no Instagram post can answer. Embrace the scariness. I'm scared out of my mind most of the week, and that's the truth. But fear is fertilizer. It grows transformations, personal transformations, changes hidden in the soil of disbelief and uncertainty, watered with self-doubt and insecurities. Love yourself. Don't judge yourself. Serve your people, not for money, not for claps, not for aura points, not for likes or thumbs up or subscribers or followers. Serve because it's the right thing to do. Please avoid or find a balance with things that may harm you. Substances, screens, sugar-coated people who say, come on in, but never let you. Brush your teeth, wear a helmet. Take care of your life like it's the only one you've got, because it is. And for the love of all that's wild and real, travel. Get lost, get found again. Discover stories in unfamiliar places and unfamiliar tongues. Because the more places you go, the more your soul unravels, unfolds. You don't need to go far. Out back of the house, there's stuff to explore. Across the street, there's people to meet. And those people you greet are carrying something. Some bags you can see, but most bags are invisible, but heavy as the load you often put on yourselves. So deliver kindness, offer help without judgment, care without caring, love without boundaries. I'm here because I spent time with you in classrooms, on the basketball courts, on expeditions, in hallways, in the woods, on the river, in the senior lounge, on the soccer pitch, in Seattle, on a bus, in Yellowstone, on a plane, in Paradise Valley, on a train. Some of you remember that. All the moments in between. And I realized something. We're not so different. Nobody's above you, and certainly nobody's beneath you. There's only one thing you have to do every single day you wake up, and that's be kind. Everything else will fall in line. Because everything is difficult before it's easy. Once you've started, you're already halfway there. Not alone, but with community. You've taught me more than I ever could have taught you. But this is just the start, because guess what? There are only brief celebrations of, I made it. Because on the other side of that mountain, there's another mountain. And after that, another mountain. Put your phone down. Seriously. Put it down. Even for a moment, just for a minute. Go outside, cook a meal, chop wood, carry water. Tell a damn story around a fire to the stars so they can listen too. Because bright stars ain't brotherhood, brothers, and DoorDash ain't dinner. Look at the sunlight before the screen light. Connection happens in the quiet, in between moments with others, like right there. The reason I'm here is that somewhere we had a moment. You helped me see differently. Maybe I helped you feel, pushed you a little gently. Maybe I helped you feel something, told you when you weren't okay that, you know what, that's okay. So, where do we go from here? Wherever we want. Start with this. Breathe. Take a step. Live. Love. And when you fall down, because you will, remember this. I am always, always here for you. Until I'm not. And by that time, you will have it half figured out. So keep learning, keep rising, keep going. One step forward, two steps back. There's more one way to skin that cat. Feel all the feels. Sometimes crushing it is asking for help, is taking a pause, a moment by the river, listening to the wisdom you've already amassed. You know the answer. And if not, by chance, ask yourself, what would Mr. Harder say? Listen closely to that voice. What I know today will change tomorrow, but something that will always last, something bigger than infinity and larger than eternity is this. I love you. And I love you, and I love you, and all of you. May you be healthy, may you be happy, may you be safe, and may you be at peace.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're our final speaker, and we can. Woo! Thank you, Mr. Harder. That spoke to your character and your nature, and I think we all felt the love. So thank you so much. All right. The moment we've been waiting for. It's now time to award the diplomas. Seniors, I know. Seniors will be called up one at a time, alphabetically, and will stand next to our superintendent, Dr. Shipman, and our school board chairman, Matt Jennings, to receive their diplomas. Photos and cheers are encouraged at that time. We will then confer their diplomas and celebrate as they toss their caps in the air. Our graduates will recess to the foyer and outside to greet you for gatherings and more photos with Mr. Busey. So let's begin. Walker Bagby. Walker will study psychology at Montana State University, and reflecting on his time at Lone Peak High School, his favorite memory was his senior year expedition trip when they hiked to Ram's Horn Peak, and he could enjoy the beautiful view. Ladies and gentlemen, Walker Bagby. Isaac Bedway. Isaac will attend DePauw University in Indiana to study business. Isaac has two favorite memories of his time as a Bighorn: making it to the state basketball tournament during his sophomore year and playing in the golf state tournament this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Isaac Bedway. Jillian Blakely. Jillian will attend Montana State University next fall, where she will also study psychology. Jillian looks back fondly on her senior backpacking trip to Ram's Horn Peak. Ladies and gentlemen, Jillian Blakely. McGuire Brooke. McGuire will head east to study film at the Savannah College of Arts and Design. McGuire's favorite memory of his time at LPHS was performing in the musical Grease as a T-Bird. Ladies and gentlemen, McGuire Brooke. Madeline Brown. Maddie will attend Texas Christian University and will pursue a degree in elementary education. Woo-woo! Maddie looks back on the trip she took this past spring as a counselor for the grade 8 Expedition Yellowstone trip with fondness as a favorite memory as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Madeline Brown. Hazel Biot. Hazel will attend Oregon State University Honors College, where Hazel will dual major in physics and applied mathematics. And quite appropriately, her favorite time at LPHS was studying chemistry in Miss Ebling's class. Ladies and gentlemen, Hazel Biot. Jose Chirez. Jose will study biology at Montana State University. His favorite memory was his senior year expedition, where the scenery and the sunsets were gorgeous, and the bonding with his classmates under the stars around the campfire will stay with him forever. Ladies and gentlemen, Jose Charez. Cyrus Coleman. Cyrus will attend the University of Montana Honors College to study wildlife biology. Cyrus's favorite memory was the last play, Grease. Cyrus loves singing with the kids. Cyrus is known since the beginning of his time here at Big Sky School District, and looking at the audience clapping for the last time. It was a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Cyrus Coleman. Elizabeth Coltea. Libby will study biochemistry on the pre-med track at Washington University in St. Louis. Libby's favorite memories are her time on the Lady Bighorn tennis team. Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth Coltea. Frida Fabosi. Frida will study music performance at the University of Puget Sound. Frida's favorite memories were the senior expedition with her class when they reached the top of the mountain and then jumped into the refreshing alpine lake. She also loved playing Sophie in Mamma Mia. Ladies and gentlemen, Frida Fabosi. Aubrey Farr. Aubrey will attend Baylor University to study special education. Aubrey is most fond of and most proud of co-founding and running the Big Sky Cheer Club with elementary students over the past 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Aubrey Farr. Joseph Gale. Joe will attend Montana State University next year, and Joe marks today, this moment, as his favorite memory at LPHS. Enjoy it, Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, Joseph Gale. Cale Gilbert. Cale will head east to Bentley University in Massachusetts. Cale also loved his senior backpacking trip to Ramshorn Peak. Ladies and gentlemen, Cale Gilbert. Claire Holdley. Claire plans to study business management at Rocky Mountain College. She will also be joining their volleyball team. Swimming in the Alpine Lake and sitting by the campfire during senior expedition are the highlights. Ladies and gentlemen, Claire Holdley. Haley Hodge. Haley will study equine science and natural horsemanship at the University of Montana Western next year, and Haley has two favorite memories, her service trip to Ecuador and senior year expedition. Ladies and gentlemen, Haley Hodge. Arlo Hurlbut. Arlo will attend MSU next year, and Arlo looks back on his time on the Bighorn soccer team as a highlight here at LPHS. Ladies and gentlemen, Arlo Hurlbut. Jack Laxon. Jack will attend Montana State University Northern to study diesel technology. Jack's favorite memory was his junior year expedition trip to Paradise Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Laxon. Emmanuel Linos. Manny will attend MSU to study construction management. Manny's favorite memory was walking through the doors on the first day of his senior year, not knowing he would meet such great people and have an amazing senior year with beautiful experiences. Ladies and gentlemen, Emmanuel Linos. Addison Malinowski. Addie will attend the University of Montana Honors College to study business. Addie loved her time hanging out by the lake with friends on senior year expedition. Ladies and gentlemen, Addison Malinowski. Anna Mazanik. Anna will attend Baylor University Honors College to study medicine. She also loved swimming in Ramshorn Lake with the senior girls during their expedition. Ladies and gentlemen, Anna Mazanik. Finn McCrae. Finn will attend Colorado College next year. He enjoyed his time on the Bighorn soccer team and has a particular fondness for his senior year in soccer. Ladies and gentlemen, Finn McCrae. Eva Mitchell. Eva will study zoology at the University of British Columbia, and Eva's favorite memory was also her senior year expedition trip to Ramshorn Peak. I think we're going to have to go back. Ladies and gentlemen, Eva Mitchell. Alex Redman. Alex plans to become a mixologist and a real estate agent. Alex has enjoyed all the musicals he has been a part of since kindergarten, culminating as Danny in Grease this past spring. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Redman. Shay Reynolds. Shay is heading to Michigan Tech to study mechanical engineering. Shay is most proud of the final project he completed in his science research class, and one of his best memories was the sophomore fashion show. Ladies and gentlemen, Shay Reynolds. Jack Sheehan. Jack will study economics at Indiana University. Jack's favorite memory was expedition, all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Sheehan. Tanner Sleff. Tanner will attend Indiana University to study business and finance. Tanner enjoyed the late nights by the campfire during senior expedition. Ladies and gentlemen, Tanner Sleff. Karen Stout. Garen will attend Montana State University next fall. Garen's favorite time at LPHS was during all the fall soccer seasons with his teammates and coaches. Ladies and gentlemen, Garen Stout. Grady Toll. Grady will attend Montana Tech to study petroleum engineering. Grady's highlight at LPHS was his junior expedition to Paradise Valley. Last but not least, Grady Toll. All right, seniors, please stand. Now, you need to move your tassel from right to left. Upon the district's recommendation and by the authority of the administration of Lone Peak High School and the state of Montana, we confer upon each of you the Lone Peak High School diploma. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present our graduates, the class of 2025.